climbs in the back of the truck, and there's more pods. And we've been going to these Gen 21 meetings, and it's all... It's like a horror movie. They're all giggling. They've got talking points. They know who they are. After the interviews, they'll go, look, I'm CIA, and I'm a socialist, and we're taking over. The same stuff it's horrible. They're everywhere, okay? They know. I used to think that most of their people didn't know. They know, folks. They're on power trips. That's why they're so authoritative. That's why they walk with such purpose. These are foreign soldiers. Plainclothes soldiers are all around us. Do you understand this? We've been totally infiltrated at every level. They teach the police the founding fathers are bad.
Han är bra, Alex, men han är lite för patriotisk. Jag är ju mer kosmopolit.
And I feel sorry for those of you that are going to collaborate with these people.
Men förtryckarna, de måste vi ställa oss upp och slåss mot. Annars har vi ingen chans att bli vanliga människor. Eller vi människor ska jag säga, för de är ju inte människor, de som styr.
I mean, it's just like, oh man, like we're supposed to cower down in fear because you're flashing CIA stuff. We know. Globalists will call me up and give me these death threats. And I'm like, you don't think I don't already know? I mean, I'm committed. We have been totally infiltrated and taken over. All the illegal aliens and makes them above the law.
CIA här i
Look at how the government publicly does everything they can to destroy this country.
Och kineserna också. Det är bara ryssarna som håller sig lugna. För de vet väl att jag är neutral.
The takeover is almost complete, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I want to go to this newscast and shift gears. I'll get into the conflagration in the Middle East, the attacks on free speech by the UN and their Muslim cohorts. They're working with them. All of this is coming up. So much more today. Jam-packed, Gerald Celente, Mike Adams. I'm going to play this clip and then get Ted's expertise on it. Ted Anderson, 30-plus years in the gold and silver business. Because I've seen this. The central banks, the private Federal Reserve, and others have been implicated, and now these tungsten bars are showing up from countries, facilities everywhere. 10-ounce, 100-ounce bars, you name it, tungsten. Because it weighs almost the same as gold, it will fool the scale. And these have been professionally done, and these are all over the place. And this is how they're able to leverage the market. That's why you see different governments demanding, like Venezuela, their gold back from the U.S. and
det som skiljer tungsten från guld, det är ju att det har en mycket högre smältpunkt. Och man kan göra smala glödtrådar i lampor, och så kan man göra riktiga jävla raketmunstycken om man vill fara till månen till exempel. Ja, Apollo-raketerna gick åt mycket volfram.
Which weighs nearly the same as gold, but costs just over $1 an ounce. Ibrahim Fado bought the bar from a merchant who sold him real gold before, but he heard counterfeit gold bars were going around. So he drilled into several of his gold bars worth about $100,000 and saw great tungsten, not gold. I really got sick. It's a big amount of money, and I could not believe that somebody very professional, clever, it's perfect. What makes it such a devious crime is apparently a real gold bar is purchased, including one with the serial number and papers. It's then hollowed out. Most of the gold is sold, and tungsten is put inside because it weighs almost exactly the same as gold. And then the gold bar is rebuilt, so you can't tell.
Let's stop right there. We've been talking about this for at least 14, 15 years. We're not conspiracy theorists. Ted, what's the real MO? I asked you this morning to dig up some more of the articles that I've seen over the years. Give us the bottom line on this and how widespread this is as a precious metals numismatic expert.
Well, of course, the big story a couple of years ago was Fort Knox and the tungsten bars that were in the 400-ounce bars. Obviously, this is a problem in the industry. I mean, one of the main reasons why you probably want to avoid places like eBay when you're buying gold bars. There are going to be scammers out there. They're going to try to get you on this. You can get ultrasonic equipment, and you can look at the gold bar from the outside looking in and tell what kind of metal's in there. It's expensive if you want to go that direction. Otherwise, you can just deal with a dealer that's going to back everything they sell. It is going to be a problem. There's going to be more people trying to steal from each other. It's just sort of an effect of the economy. And in the United States, is one of the biggest offenders when it comes to this, with the story that broke here just a couple of years ago out of Fort Knox. But, again, Alex, I think personally the best way to handle this problem is to stay away from the bigger bars, stick with smaller bars, and of course in this case you do have the registration numbers, all the serial numbers are on the bar. It's just that somebody took the bar apart and put tungsten in there and put the bar back together again. Deal with a reputable dealer. That's the main thing if you're going to be doing it. And smaller bars, it's going to be more difficult to do this with. The 1 ounce bar is going to be much harder to counterfeit in this way than a 10 ounce or a 400 ounce bar is going to be. So yes, indeed, it's a problem. One of the ways to avoid it is to stick with the old currency coins. The old 20s and 10s are going to be much more. They're more authentic. If you have a real $20 gold piece, there's no question as to what it is.
Tell you what, Ted, I want to finish up on this on the other side briefly because I want to talk about some of the other cases. Yes, central bank holding facilities like Fort Knox. It's come out they've got fake gold in there. How that's used to manipulate the markets. Because you're talking more retail how to protect yourself, and that's important too. But I mean, how is this used at the higher level, the larger level? The worst drought in 50 years continues, and the first 6 months of 2012 marks the hottest half year on record. 78% of the Midwest corn belt is in drought conditions. Not only corn, but soy, alfalfa, fruits, vegetables, and wheat are all impacted, raising prices. The cost to feed livestock is forcing farmers and ranchers out of business, blowing up your food prices. The only strategy to counter this is to freeze your food cost to today's prices by getting your own supply of foods from eFoods Direct now. As the price of raw ingredients increases, eFoods will have to raise prices too. Now is the time to get your...
Men jävlar vad han kör sin reklam, Alex här. Det är väl för att han får så mycket nya lyssnare. Han har över 10 miljoner, trodde han nu.
And avoiding the rising food costs. Don't wait. Call 800-409-5633 or go to efoodsdirect.com/Alex. Call 800-409-5633 or efoodsdirect.com/Alex. You can bet your life on eFoods Direct.
That's what it sounds like when a burglar kicks in the door of a dark house that looks like no one is home. Don't let your home be the next target. Make it look like someone is home watching television with fake TV. Fake TV is a small electronic device that makes the same light as a real television. So from outside, it looks like someone is home watching TV. Fake TV plugs in just like a lamp on a timer, but is far more convincing to burglars. Fake TV deters burglars, costs far less than an alarm, and is highly recommended by numerous police departments. Use it anytime you're away from home. To order your fake TV for only $34.95, go to faketv.com or call 1-877-5-FAKE-TV. Each additional fake TV is only $29.95. So get one for you and one for a loved one, for safety, security, and peace of mind for both of you. Call 877-5-FAKE-TV or go to faketv.com. Faketv.com, the burglar deterrent.
Would it save you time to get the best quality water filters and the best quality storable foods from one company? You bet it would, and now you can at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. Big Berkey water filter products and great tasting, long-lasting, storable Wise foods are both now available on one website, BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. Wise foods, ready-to-eat meals are packed in airtight nitrogen pouches and come with a 25-year shelf life. Big Berkey water filters are powerful enough to purify treated, untreated, or even stagnant pond water. Combine Berkey water filters with Wise foods
codes for an unbeatable preparedness combination. Get free shipping on every order over $50. And GCN listeners receive 5% off all ceramic filter systems. Visit Big, BERKEY, waterfilters.com or call 877-99-BERKEY. That's 877-99-BERKEY. Or go to BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com.
De är så enkla och vackra då.
Some of the top stories at Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. DHS purchases 200 million more rounds of ammunition on top of the 1.4 billion, including sniper ammo for you and your family. Leading Muslim scholar calls for the United Nations to criminalize speech. Kurt Nimmo, that's an important article we're going to be covering. DHS buys, again, 1.6 billion bullets total. That's our video report. Texas woman sues Walmart for ripping up her $100 bills. Yeah, they're now arresting people for $2 bills, too. They just think money is illegal. I was driving through Starbucks. Hardly ever go there, but we were going there the other day. I was buying a bunch of croissants, drinks and stuff for the kids. We were going swimming. And I shouldn't tell the story. I get back to Ted. And I gave the woman a 50. You know, usually you have a 50, but that's all I have is a 50. She's like, I'm sorry, this is just too big. And I said, well, that's what I got. I'm not giving you a credit card. And I was nice about it. She gets out this pen and is like drawing on it to make sure it's not fake. I mean, just everything is illegal now in their little pea brains, except real fraud. Let's go back to Ted Anderson. Ted, how does this affect things, though, these reports of these different private central banks getting caught, having different countries and corporations' reserves, and it really being tungsten, and it's been moved out the back door? When that happened at the Fort Knox, that was not even a big story, and it should have been the biggest story ever, because Max Kaiser and others that I really
fan, man tjatar om det där guld. Då vi drog vår väg, grät flickorna vilt. En gammal gumma som traskade hem från kyrkan mötte Sveik på vägen mellan Kevetov och Vras. Vilken oavbrött löper västerut. Och inledde ett samtal med honom om den kristna hälsningen. God dag, kära soldat, vart går färden? Jag ska till Budjevish, mor lilla, till mitt regemente, svarade Sveik. Jag ska ut i kriget. Ja, men då går han ju alldeles på tok, min pojke, sa gumman förskräckt. Dit kommer han inte på den här vägen genom Vras. Om man envisas med att gå rakt fram så kommer han till Kaltivå. Jag tror nog, sa Sveik undergivet, att man också från Kaltivå kan komma till Budjovise. Det är en riktigt duktig promenad att trava till sitt regemente. Och så ska man till på köpet få obehag för sin goda vilja att vara på platsen i rättan tid. Oj. Hos oss var det också en sån som han. Han skulle till landstormen i Pilsen. Det var Tony Maskat. Suckade gumman. Det är släkting till min brorsdotter och han var gav sig iväg. Och en vecka efteråt sökte gendarmen av honom för att han hade aldrig kommit till sitt regemente. Och då det gått en vecka till dök han upp hos oss civil och sa att han hade fått permission. Så gick borgmästaren till gendarmeriet och så fick han sin permission. Och nu har han skrivit från fronten när han blivit sårad och förlorat ena ben.
There's all this fraud in gold going on that's real. Imagine what's happening in paper. Give Midas Resources a call, 800-686-2237, 800-686-2237. But they've got all the certified coins right there.
Vi har en neger som bor här som cyklar på trehjuling nu för tiden. Han blev utkallad i det där Eritreanska krigaren och sköt sig själv i foten så han skulle slippa vara med om mördandet.
Ted Anderson, thank you for coming on to bring some light on this. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
This is GCN, the Genesis Communications Radio Network.
The worst drought in 50 years continues, and the first 6 months of 2012 marks the hottest half year on record. 78% of the Midwest corn belt is in drought conditions. Not only corn, but soy, alfalfa, fruits.
Ja, nu tog han om det där, men hörde ni det på BBC, nya satellitdata nu, att Nordpolen är bara hälften så mycket is i som genomsnitt under de 30 senaste åren. Och inte bara det, att den är skörare nu isen, nu när den växer snabbt igen. Men de har visst bara 30 års riktigt bra data på lägående med Stoitelsatter då. Vad fan heter de meteorologiska som kan mäta på vattenmolekyler och de kan mäta till och med centimeter på havets vågor nu för tiden.
Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
Enligt simuleringen så kanske om 10 år så finns det ingen is på Nordpol. Ja, det vet man.
Firebombings of kosher store outside Paris injures 4. U.S. embassies getting attacked all over still. We're going to be breaking all that down. We're going to be looking at what's happening in the economy. And, of course, the big story, DHS purchases 200 million more rounds of ammunition. I want to open the phones up. And don't worry, you won't have to hold because I don't have a lot of time. I'll go right to you. For police officers out there or active duty military. I know you've all been given riot training or you know folks that have. But I want your take on this. What do you think of 1.6 million rounds of ammo since last November? 1 billion, 400 million just this year. Over a million of that in just the last 6 months. What is your take on that? I mean, along with all the other martial law preparations, just for police and military, 800-259-9231. I mean, how could this be anything but a build-up for total war?
Jag tror en av de värsta bravaderna med den här hotungen var när jag var i Vetlanda där på Sapas fabrik. De som gör aluminiumfönster. Ja, de importerar 3 gasfyllda 3-glasfönster från Tyskland och så sätter de aluminiumramar på dem och så köper de aluminium och så svarar i alla fall, de hade en hårddisk, en japanskt skit som gick sönder så vi gjorde en brandkårsutryckning där och hade med oss en ny disk åt dem. Så de hade inte gjort någon backup, de jävla galningarna. Nej, det är bara kärringar och fegisar som gör backup. Riktiga män gör aldrig backup. Men jag lyckas dra igång hårddisken med mormors hotång. Skynda in och för fan och kopiera den här. Lyssna hur den gnekar, men den verkar funka i alla fall. Windows eller DOSens checkdisk.
Stop it! Stop it. You're run by foreign banks. Here they are bragging on the news. The foreign banks brag in the newspapers and in financial publications and on TV that they've captured us. And I'm like, is anybody awake? Are you people in a coma? I mean, it's all parading around in front of us. We got hours and hours this footage, different towns around Austin and at Austin where you go, and it's like these operatives play dumb. Then you go find out they're all UN, Rockefeller funded, and they are taking everything over. Just under Agenda 21, I mean, they've got the mayors, they've got the bureaucrats, they've got the HUD money, they've got it all. They plan on shutting everything down that they don't control. I mean, it's bad, man. They're going to have their businesses and their buildings that get all the business because they're insiders and you're shut down and you've got all these new taxes on you. And it's just so horrible. It's the end of my country. It's a financial takeover. And they've got all these weird liberals who will go, I'm a socialist. We are taking over for the greater good. Really? No, you're not a socialist. You work for eugenicists who want control and want to reduce population and hate prosperity and hate development. We've even got some of them saying that on tape. It's just, man, it's a cult. It's a cult of weirdos, man, control freak weirdos. And you look at their jellyfish servants, they're really creepy. Because, yeah, they're weak and pathetic and crave power, but there's armies of them. There's armies of them, and they know they're empowered by the beast system. They know they've been given power. And it's just horrible to watch them just wriggling masses of soft scum. Oh, God. Oh, God. I want your take on that. 800-259-9231. Police, current military. I mean, is there any way I'm wrong? Please, I'd love to hear how the admissions for martial law, re-education camps, 1.6 billion bullets, media spends it to 174,000 bullets. I want to break it all down. Then big breaking news from Mike Adams on what's in that GMO, what it's doing to you, and then the one, the only, Gerald Celente. It's all coming up today. I'm Alex Jones, that bad guy that wants freedom.
If you want an American company with American products made by Americans, here is the Cal Ben Soap Company. Alex and his staff have used these pure soap products for years. These all-natural soaps are made from the highest quality vegetable and coconut oils that are earth-friendly and safe. See them on the web at 5starsoap.com or call 800-340-7091 for a free catalog. Buy the 1 to 2 month sample package and enjoy soaps that are twice as good as what you're using now. Or save big with a 1 to 2 year supply of soaps for all your cleaning needs. This is an amazing deal. You can save thousands of dollars and you will love the way real soap makes you.
Hur fan kan man spara tusentals dollar på att köpa 3 års tvål supply? Det kan jag inte begripa. Jag köper mitt på julabutiken. Antingen sån där lux, men nu köpte jag på Almolive. Den var jävla bra, den såpan också.
Its filters are silver impregnated to prevent bacterial growth. There's no priming required.
Fast det bästa är sån här finsk kärad tvål. Som en biprodukt i kolmilen, men det är inte så lätt att få tag i det.
That leaches from the plastic. ProPure is the best gravity-fed filter out there. It's what my family uses. Infowars.com already has the lowest price on ProPure. But if you add the promo code WATER at checkout, you get an additional 10% off at Infowars.com. You can also call to order 888-253.
Och sen finns det jävla bra saker på... Man hade på Sundsvalls tidning fin sand i såpa. Man kunde tvätta av sig trycksvärtan på en gång och bli ju skit. Ja, jag hade svart om händerna när man ska gå hem för dagen.
Home security, and more. At 436 pages, there's simply nothing like it anywhere. Get the big book of off-the-grid secrets by going to offthegridsecrets.com. That's offthegridsecrets.com. Or call 800-206-4095. That's 800-206-4095. Order online and get our top 14 off-the-grid special reports free with your order. Reports like Cash Garden, how to grow all the food you'll ever need and stick to your guns, how to legally carry firearms almost anywhere, anytime. Plus 12 more reports worth over $350, all free with your order. Order today at offthegridsecrets.com. That's offthegridsecrets.com.
Nya boken.
A decision is being made by the President and the Joint Chiefs in the War Room at the Pentagon. When they realize there is no possibility of recalling the wing, there will be only one course of action only. Total commitment. Mandrake, recall what Clemenceau once said about war?
No, I didn't think I knew that, no.
He said war was too important to be left to the generals. When he said that, 50 years ago, he might have been right. But today, war is too important to be left to politicians. They have neither the time, the training, nor the inclination for strategic thought.
Resistance to tyrants is obedience to God. It's Alex Jones.
We are back live, ladies and gentlemen. That's a clip from Dr. Strangelove, Stanley Kubrick. And now we don't have the generals or the politicians running things. We have bankers running things, announcing a private global government in every financial publication out there as a public notice and telling us we're slaves. I could play clips from CNN, CNBC, you name it, announcing under international law that they've conquered us, announcing that Europe is getting rid of whatever sovereignty it had left in their countries to the mega bankers that engineered the fraud. And now in Europe, in Australia, in New Zealand, in Canada, in the United States, every Western government is arming to the teeth against its population for a worldwide financial collapse that they've engineered but will pose as the saviors during. And none of that is debatable now. That is the course. We're about to hit the iceberg. I hope we can change course. They may not even be able to turn the boat around if they try. And quite frankly, those running the boat have got it slammed pedal to the metal. They have got the throttle all the way down. Hammer down, going straight at it. And that is the issue. Romney, Obama, rearranging deck chairs. Okay, so you could argue it's better to get Obama in, let things get worse quicker. Or you can argue, well, maybe Romney will be good. Yeah, maybe a hope and a prayer. I don't know. At least Romney gives lip service to free market and stuff. But maybe it's best to just have somebody pushing communism. Communism for us, though, not for the offshore bankers. So coming up, DHS purchases 200 million more rounds of ammunition. This story has gone viral. It's up at Infowars.com and DrugReport.com on the right-hand side. Additional purchases include bullets designed for snipers. That's now more than 5 bullets, almost 6 bullets per man, woman, and child in the country. That's 1.6 billion plus bullets. And they are just buying up everything in sight. That is roughly double the ammunition the U.S. military bought last year. We're doing a report on that. It looks like it's going to be double this year. So, I mean, it's getting ready for war. And they're run by foreign banks. All their little yuppies, they're trendies, they're socialists. That's their army. Bankers...
Men släpp fram dina telefon. Jo, jag ska berätta för Micke Norman här att Janne Guos bok där då är en smerhalva som heter Starka Alfred från Göteborg och någon dansk jävel, de är uppträdde och blottade sig i England och slå världsrekord i att vara stor och starka. Och så tar de att de hade en impresarie som hette Norman som tog alla pengar och bara schappade. Ja. Men inget förnamn. Tyvärr. Ja, det fanns i min släkt också sådana där starka jävlar som kunde böja ut spik med tänderna och hålla på. Ja, den sista var han Gösta Andersson som var oskyldig. Melbourne 56.
The French magazine publishing things of Muhammad. And so now the UN and others are calling to restrict free speech. We're getting into all of that. I predicted that would come next, a global move to restrict speech. This is all part of the plan. Out of the clash of civilizations, the new world order will emerge. Albert Pike said that back in the 1870s, 1878. He said we'll have a clash between Muslims, the Mohammedans, as he called them, and the Christians. And then out of that, the Illuminati religion will basically emerge. 800-259-9231. Kevin in Colorado, who is a police officer. What is your take on this, sir?
Hey, Alex. I actually just attended a lecture on the police state here at University of Colorado, and it was ridiculous. I'll tell you, the level of globalism here is just amazing. I thought Washington, D.C. was bad, but I'm actually here. I've infiltrated the Council on Foreign Relations.